It's been a while. I've gone through a few life changes that have been mostly good. And before I started talking about recent training, I wanted to go back and talk about Thanksgiving, which was a while ago. But I got to travel up to Sacramento, got to meet with some friends who had moved up there. And that was also celebrating my last shift ever working in community pharmacy at the company that I was working at, which I was there for 5 years, and those were really long years, and it was a good experience mostly, but it definitely kind of shaped and changed how I feel about the industry as a whole. And so I have recently started a different job, which is a clinical pharmacist role, and with it I'm able to work from home, which is really different, and it's been a lot of learning so far. And because my brain is usually smushed by the end of the day, I haven't kept up with videoing as much. I've just been focusing on training with what energy I have left. Super Training Gym was awesome to stop by. I got to train with AndreY. He's there on the weekends, and he gave me some deadlift pointers, which was awesome. And that weekend, we were up there visiting family for Thanksgiving, and it happened to be a festival weekend. Also, it was Give Thanks, which I had never heard of before. And I am not someone who goes to a lot of these things. I love the music. I love EDM. I love all kinds of DJs and artists. I like all kinds of music, really, but this past year I've been listening to Porter Robinson and Madeon exclusively, except for recently. In the last couple weeks I've kind of gone back to my emo phase because there's a bunch of bands releasing new music now and going on tour, and it's super exciting. But we got to see Madeon. I like his live set a bit more than his DJ set, but he's awesome either way. I would say with the live set from Madeon, definitely the visual effects add a lot to the show. Musically, I like listening to both the DJ set and the live set, but just the live set, you feel it so much, and it's a show that I would definitely go over and over again to see if he's ever in the area again. Getting to train at Super Training and then at Untamed Strength the following day was pretty incredible. I see a lot of these gyms, or a lot of content from both of these gyms, online all the time, and I've been to both of them before, but it's always awesome to go back and check it out, especially when you don't live too far and it's not that out of the way to stop by there. And I got some squats in at Untamed, and I was feeling very, very crunchy, not in like a great way, after being up till 3 the day before, going to the concert, and then standing a lot more than I'm used to. Well, actually that's not true, because I used to stand all day at work, but I guess standing in one spot at a concert is a little different from running around. So my back was feeling a little bit tight, I remember this day, and because we kind of had to check out of our Airbnb in the morning, pretty rushed, didn't eat too much leading up to this training session either, but it was still pretty great, and got to play with some of the toys there. I always like using new equipment at different gyms. If you guys haven't checked out Untamed Strength's YouTube channel yet, you should definitely check it out. I'm sure he has no idea who I am, but I love his content just because it's really genuine, it's really authentic, and it's really funny a lot of the times, or it's informational. So definitely a good YouTube channel to check out. And my training is kind of ramping up to compete hopefully later this year. About the mid-year mark is what I'm aiming for so far. So the last winter was spent in higher volume phase, so kind of building a good base to get some work in, a bit more hypertrophy focused, but with enough intensity to not forget technique. So, and also keeping the joints pretty healthy. So nothing super heavy, but the training volume and the intensity still keeps me ready for when I want to do more meet prep work. So far training has been going pretty well. If you have any questions about setting up an off season or getting back into training for meet after an off season, feel free to leave it in the comments below. I'd be happy to see whatever questions you might have about my training, or if you have any questions about your training, I can maybe give you some pointers or point you to someone who might have a better idea. With my new work schedule, I've been really lucky to have a bit more consistency over my training days, which I hope will help me prepare better for my next meet. And I've just been really grateful for this opportunity to kind of take a break from the hectic schedule and maybe set up to do a little bit better this year. I hope for everyone out there that this year is off to a good start for you so far. My theme for this year is going to be trying not to freak out over things you can't control and just focus on things that you can control, because there are so many variables, whether it's life or training, you really never know. So just do the best you can and see what happens.